and welcome to Mondays with Maria Gould. Today is June the 23rd, 2025, and this is episode 25. The title of today's podcast is Finding God's Peace in Stressful Times. If you do subscribe to my newsletter, which you can through my website at mariagould.com, I wrote an article about what's happening in the world right now with the attacks on Iran and different involvements globally happening. Are we moving into World War III? So this can provoke a lot of fear in any person. And how do we find God's peace in very, very stressful times? So I'm going to be guiding you today in a meditation to help you come back to remembering your true self, who you really are as a spark of divine light, as part of God's mind. So if you would like, close your eyes. Allow yourself, if you would like, to put your hand on your heart and just give yourself this space and time to be fully present. Now, perhaps you can feel your mind is still quite busy. Perhaps your thoughts are in other places. So just for this moment, come back to the now with your beautiful mind. Imagine calling back wherever your mind has strayed. Just imagine it. You don't have to know where your mind is and what it's thinking about. Just imagine putting your awareness in your head and in your body. Just moving your focus, moving your attention to right here, right now. In this now moment, in this presence, is where we can find the peace of God. When we allow our mind to go and follow every thought and every whim, believing all of these thoughts and feelings and sensations in the body as true, we really do lose our nature, which is joyous, happy, content, peaceful. So this session, this podcast, I would like to guide you back to your true nature. So as your hand is on your heart, if you need to, you can switch hands. Just start to become aware of your body. Feel your hand moving with your breath. Start to bring your awareness, your focus to your breath. Observe the breath, move it in and out of the nostrils. See if you can observe the different temperatures of your breath. Your inhale might be slightly cooler than your exhale. Can you begin to invite the body to take a little deeper breath in and a very slow exhale? If you'd like, you can purse your lips a little bit and blow out. Nice deep breath in and slowly out. Now, the true gift of remembering God's peace in stressful times is to actually be fully present. So we're not avoiding what we're thinking, we're not avoiding what we're feeling. And even the sensations in our body we're going to become curious about. We just become fully present and aware. But with our attention on the spacious awareness that is always there. The part of our mind that is the observer, the witness. The part that stands back without reaction, without any form of ups or downs. It is just that quiet part of your consciousness that has always been and will always be. Your true self, your divine self. So just sink into your awareness of your body. Let's begin in the body. So that breath, how's your breath moving in your body? And in our full presence with ourselves, we want to really feel everything as a sensation. So even if there's a tight muscle somewhere, a little bit of uncomfortableness or pain, we're going to imagine, rather than labeling it and trying to move away from it, or we're going to become curious about it. Now, if you do need to adjust to make yourself comfortable, please do so. This is the most kind and loving response to anything that arises. So we're going to imagine that everything we feel in our body is not labeled. It's not labeled good or bad. It's not labeled pleasure or pain. It's not labeled this sensation, that feeling. It is just a sensation. So we're going to imagine, as you're aware of your body, see if you can start to sink into awareness of that spaciousness in your mind. The mind just letting go. But behind the mind is the awareness of every sensation, of every thought, of every feeling. What is listening? What is the part of you listening to this meditation? What is the part listening to your thoughts, feeling the sensations in your body? that's you. That's you. Notice what the mind does. The mind might want to give it a story like that's the subconscious, or that's my programming or my ego. Again, those are labels. Labels condense and focus our awareness into a paradigm, almost like into a judgment about an experience. And when we do that, we actually limit our perception of our true self. So we're going to practice that spacious awareness. Now just welcome anything that you are feeling. Come back to the breath. Now your thoughts maybe are busy. Maybe your random thoughts that go through your mind. Maybe your mind wants to pay attention to them. Maybe they would be labeled panicky, worried, fearsome, negative, positive, whatever the thought is. I should do the dishes, whatever the thought is. It's just a thought. Thoughts, can you grab onto a thought? Can you hold it? Even to focus on it in your mind, can you hold onto one thought? No. It's almost impossible because of the nature of the mind. The nature of the mind is to move. And it moves in a multitude of ways. Sometimes it dances like a storm. Sometimes it's like ocean waves that crash down upon you. But the nature of the mind is to move. But there is a stillness within you that is the observer, the witness of your thoughts. And just invite that part of you. Into your awareness. Whether it happens or not, just let go of any attachment, but just invite it. So again, when we're watching the mind, it's very easy to move out of the body, move our awareness out of the body. So let's come back to the body for a moment. And just see if you can start to sense that presence. That part of you that is witnessing your breath move in and out of your body. Now that your awareness is in your body, you might start to have more feelings come up. This is sometimes why people want to stay in their head and not feel what's going on in their body, because it can start to bring things up. But let's look at everything in the body as just a sensation. So if you have a part of the body, as you're breathing, as you're inviting that awareness of the witness to come into your conscious awareness, is there areas that are tight, that are tense? Again, not looking to change anything, because we are welcoming whatever is. So let's be curious about any tension. And again, see it as just sensations. And these sensations might create or go with thoughts or feelings, pictures or images. See, we really are holograms, and we think in holograms. So when we tap into the sensations and we start to feel the sensations, with those sensations go pictures and memories and your brain trying to make sense of the sensations. Can you be curious about even that? Let go. Let go of needing to analyze or understand. Remember, we're just observing the sensations in the body, being curious of what wisdom the body has. But again, letting go of the outcome, letting go of needing to change it. Bring your awareness and focus back to your breath again. Notice as you exhale, does your body naturally start to let go of some of this tension? Is your body craving a sigh or a release of some sort? A letting go. Again, notice how the mind, when we learn to let it go and allow it to be more spacious, it allows the energy in the body to become unstuck, unfrozen. And start to notice any other sensations, whether those sensations are a feeling in the body that we might label a certain emotion, or a thought, or a picture or a memory. We're going to invite and welcome anything that would like to come up, because the beauty of this, of requesting to find God's peace, is this intention, the power of your intention, starts to unwind and let go and unblock anything in your mind, body, or spirit that you put in the way of perceiving God's peace. So just that intention of wanting that awareness of your true self to come forward, that part of you that is connected to God, that spark of life that God is. So give permission and welcome anything as a sensation. Just be curious about it. Let go of the mind. Let go of the story the mind might want to tell you. Watch the pictures that might be shown to you on your brain, thinking where these sensations are coming from. It's just energy releasing, making space, because when we bring our awareness to the present moment and we allow and welcome our true self into our awareness, it's almost like this gentle, loving purging happens, where that divine light that you are starts to just create more space in all parts of you, in your mind, your body, your emotional state. Can you allow yourself to relax into that awareness that you are? Imagine your mind. Invite it to rest. Now, even the nature of the mind, that is movement, can learn to rest. Now, if any sensation in the body that arises is an emotion, think of the word emotion, emotion, energy in motion. Now, emotion that comes from the body or the mind always has a multifaceted. You'll have thoughts that go with it. Oh, I feel this sensation that is called this because of this in the past. Or if it's about the future, there's fear attached to it. So these stressful times that we're in right now is a future possibility. But it is not God's truth. God's truth for you, me, humanity, the totality of the earth is happiness, the peace of God, joy and unity. This is God's will for everyone on the planet. Remember that, because that awareness of God's truth starts to radiate as a protection around you, so that you can stay in God's knowing and God's peace around these circumstances. So again, if those emotions come up, see them as energy. They're going to have sensations in the body. They're going to have thoughts associated with that energy. It's like a big ball of energy that moves in your body. It creates sensations. It creates thoughts about yourself or the world or another person. It comes with pictures and more feelings about yourself. It's this big ball of yarn of energy. But again, in this loving presence that you are safe and held to look at anything that arises. Nothing will arise that God will not hold you and help you through. So start to soften into any sensation coming up. If you need to express some emotion, just feel it as energy. Feel it as sometimes that energy gets really intense. It has really intense thoughts, really intense sensations in the body. Sometimes it makes our body want to react in certain ways, act out in certain ways. But I want you to realize this is just energy. It is old energy that has been stuck in your body. Old energy that is like a whole hologram that you tell yourself that sensation is about you. So it's up to you to start to feel that spacious awareness and invite your true self, the part of you that is the God self, that is part of all that is. The energy of creation, life itself. This is who you really are. The eternal self. See if you can become aware of your energetic body. Ask to feel the aliveness of your body. Notice how there's this sensation that starts to happen. And again, just open and welcome. Now again, as this energy that is you, this divine light, we are putting our focus, our awareness on it. It does the work. It does the work of clearing and purging and opening you up on all levels to the remembering of who you are. So as you relax and sink into that awareness, the part of the mind that is aware of my voice, the part of your mind that is observing any thoughts, any sensations, just observing. Non-partisan observation. It is when we believe whatever thought, or we give, or we think a sensation means a certain thing about us. We label it, we judge it. All of these things contract in the mind space. The mind is constantly looking for who you really are. A part of your mind is always searching for who you really are, but it gets easily distracted by whatever you put your focus on. And because the majority of the human race has not practiced or been taught about their awareness, that part of the mind that is the observer, the witness to all that is, the true self, the eternal self. So now that your mind is sort of touching on the awareness of who you really are, let's ask that part of you a few questions. Now remember that part of you. Well, let's inquire, let's be curious. The awareness that you are. Not your state of knowledge, not your state of experience, but just the awareness of being alive. The awareness of sensations in your body, of thoughts in your mind, feelings. Has that part of you, that awareness that you are. That curiosity that goes with it. Has it ever, ever, ever not been? Think back into your childhood. Has the awareness of thoughts and sensations always been there? Now you might start to feel this deeper knowing start to expose itself. Or a thought in your mind, which is God's thought, that says this awareness has always been and always will be. Your mind might begin to settle into your eternal self, starting to feel your essence, the spark of God that you are, that is eternal, forever and evermore. Now this awareness that you are, not your body, but the awareness, the part that is observing the body, the mind, the thoughts. Is that awareness, does it have an age? Your body has an age. But the awareness that has always been there. What does your instinct tell you? You might have a quiet little voice that arises that says, it's timeless, ageless. because this part of you, the God Self, is beyond the mind and body and emotions. So if you sink back into that awareness that is timeless, spaceless, the eternal part of who you are. There's a whisper of you have always been. You will always be. See if you can feel the energetic body and the aliveness in that knowing. Your mind and the awareness that you are might be starting to release, and you start to feel as if you don't have a body, because you're sinking into that eternal self. Now you still do have a body, but notice that the eternal self is beyond sensation. It's beyond any labeling in the body of good or bad, comfortable, uncomfortable. As you relax back into that spacious awareness, notice how the mind softens and opens, but rests at the same time. Notice as you sink into that eternal self that you really are. That the sensations that we would call emotions may start to shift into your authentic feelings, the feelings that God expresses through you. May start to shift in a sensation in your heart, an opening, a spaciousness, a joy, a lightness, a peace. But again, all of the words that we use to describe this eternal self truly are limited. Sense the vastness of who you are. That vastness is in truth in all things. That vastness is beyond form, beyond the body, beyond this world. And if you were to allow a voice of the eternal self to speak to you, what would this quiet, divine, loving energy speak to you. The energy that sees all, knows all, comforts and reassures. It would say things like, it's going to be okay. You are safe. Allow that peace, that reassurance that is the God light to come into the mind. And again, welcome. The mind also is not just a movement, but it has the seeds of doubt sometimes. So again, open up with curiosity those seeds. Shine the light of your truth on them. Again, focusing your mind on that eternal self, that spacious vastness that you are. The I am that I am. The universal mind, the oneness, the one that the Zen speak about, the 0 point that science talks about. This is the true point of creation. And you, being a creator being, choose peace. Just the word peace. Feel it radiate through all aspects of you, transmitting that frequency across the globe. Peace. You are surrounded and protected by the peace of God. So I hope you've enjoyed, and please continue to sit in this eternal self, this witnessing self. Let go of anything that arises. Be curious about it, but just see it as energy. See it as sensation. Just allow it to move. Don't hang on to it. And in the presence that you are, you can feel your true divine self. So you can come back to this podcast and practice. Practice throughout your day, bringing your beautiful awareness, your true self, the part that's eternal. Asking and inviting your true self to be shown to you, to experience your true self. And you will more and more. If you would like more guidance on this, please reach out through my website at mariagould.com. But enjoy the bliss of your eternal self. This is how you find God's peace in stressful times. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Just a little note here. I'm going to be taking a summer break. So my next podcast will be in September 1st. Blessings for a beautiful summer.